Welcome to the Be Lucky podcast, your home for sharp insights and smart betting. We don't just give you tips, we teach you how to think like a pro. We'll dive deep into the form, uncover hidden value, and share strategies that can give you a real edge. Please like and subscribe for more racing insight, or you can head to the Patreon page for exclusive premium content.
This is the podcast where we pick out 3 of the big races on Saturday and take a look at each runner and give you some information and detail about those races. If you want full and final tips for Saturday's racing, head to the Patreon page, www.patreon.com/Daryl Carter Racing. Just £26 a month. You can access a variety of features on the Patreon site. The website is coming very soon this week, so definitely a good time to come and get involved. Premium members get full access. Basic members for just £26 a month can see all tips. Anyway, let's kick on to this weekend. We're going to take 1 in from Ascot. We're going to take 2 in from Haydock. We've got the Betfair Chase as the feature race of the day at Haydock on Saturday. But let's kick off with the 1965 Chase, the 130 at Ascot. 45 grand to the winner. 5 runners. Disappointing, but 5 quality runners. Ile Francais heads the market at 9-4. Pic D'Orhy in second favourite, 3-1. Loves this course and distance. Was second in the Charlie Hall last time out. Django Bay, 4-1. Gidley Park. These two met at Aintree last year. Gidley Park narrowly coming out on top is 9-2. These are the best prices, but they may be stale by the time you come to watch this programme. Master Chewy, 12-1, the outsider of the 5. Ile Francais was beaten last time in Compiègne by Nicky Henderson's Aston Martini, beaten 11.5 lengths. That form is not good enough to win this. However, he was really good at Kempton at on the 2024 Boxing Day when he ran second to Banbridge. Good performance there, and he can be spectacular, but he can also throw in a very poor effort as well. He's a risky proposition. He's currently 9-4. That has very much eased since the markets opened here. But I'm willing to take him on. I think he will go forward, but I think he'll have competition for the lead from Pic D'Orhy and Gidley Park, 2 high cruising, speeding horses that have won over shorter than this trip. So I think they're going to go on and take each other on. Django Bay's the horse I like. He's had a wind operation, 233 days off the track. He's got King George aspirations this year. He'll need to be winning this if he's got any chance in a quality race like that. But this could set up really well for Django Bay, just sitting off the pace. He's got a good record fresh. He was very progressive at the back end of last season. 3rd to Impere Pass at Aintree. Didn't think Nico got into him early enough that day. 2 miles 5 is right up his street. Handles any ground, won't mind the ground he's in. And he's a progressive horse indeed. I think he's got a massive, massive chance on Saturday. Pic D'Orhy, this is his bread and butter. He's won this for the last 2 years, but I do think that he was lined up for that Charlie Hall 21 days ago where he was narrowly denied by Giallo. And perhaps his time or his reign at Ascot is about to come to an end. Gidley Park is the other horse I quite like for this. High cruising speed, but he's a big horse. If he makes a mistake during the mid part of the race, that would concern me. Has he got the pace to pick back up and get back up involved? I'm not entirely sure, particularly on a turning track like Ascot. Django Bay looks the one to be with. 4-1 looks very fair indeed. But a tricky and trappy race to kick off before we head to Haydock. The first race at Haydock we're going to look at is the Stayers Handicap Hurdle. Marchand 2 heads to the mark here after a good victory at Cheltenham last time. 5-1. Ace of Spades, been highly touted by Dan Skelton as a progressive, well-handicapped horse. 13-2. Excuse me. Hartington, 13-2. Horacle's Pearl, Tom Broughton claims 5 of this. What a disappointment this horse has been. 8-1. Jinko Blue, 10-1. Brian Hughes on for Nicky Henderson on Jinko Blue. They actually are profitable to back this combination, £23 to a £1 level stake. Joy Machan, Harry Atkins taking 7 off. Perhaps he has another target, which when Harry Skelton will be on, that's when I'll be looking to back him. Navajo Indy up from 2.5 to 3 miles. Spent most of his career down at 2 miles. Will he stay? Shoot First, last year's winner, Benjamin Macy's been brought in to claim £7 off to ease the burden of top weight, 14-1. Electric Mason, 16-1. Nav Woods, 16-1. And it's much bigger the rest with Dr. Kildare under Freddie Mitchell for Sam Thomas, your reserve, and we'll need one to come out. Now, there is rain due at Haydock on Saturday. It's already good to soft. I can see it being on the softer side of good. And I think it will take plenty of getting this. Horse that interests me the most is Jinko Blue for Nicky Henderson. Double Nicky Henderson in the first two races for us. I wasn't overly thrilled to see Brian Hughes in the saddle, to be honest, but it's encouraging that they don't spend a lot of time booking Brian Hughes, but they do have a good record when they do book him. He's got a good record fresh, highly progressive last year. Went off 8-13 favourite at Ascot for a Grade 2 chase. It's been over fences, but it's now back over hurdles. Easy to think this might just be a prep spin for something else, but he's so lightly raced and he's so unexposed. He could easily become a Stayers Hurdle candidate, and that is what this race typically produces. Jinko Blue is off top weight here, off 145. I do not think that is beyond him, given the way he slammed the useful Lowry's bar in a three-runner race at Windsor in a Grade 2 contest there. You think Lowry's bar's rate 151 over fences. I think Jinko Blue has got a bit in hand off his mark, and he is a horse that goes well fresh and just completely unexposed. So I do like chances of him. Ace of Spades is interesting. Marchand too did a good time at Cheltenham, beating Electric Mason in October. Different ground conditions to contest with here, but he's a really nice, sizable, scopy, progressive 6-year-old. He's got to be rated higher than this come the end of the season. But is this race just a little too deep? Horacle's Pale needs to jump better in order to be competitive in one of these big field handicap hurdles. Shoot First should be of significant interest. And obviously, it's unwise to rely on the market with this horse because he drifted to a massive 22-1 to win this race last year, having opened up as a favourite. So the market not always to be relied upon. But Jinko Blue just edges it for me. The 3 o'clock is the Betfair Chase, the final race we're going to look at today. The big feature race on the card. 6-5 is the best price you can get about Grey Dawning, who won't want to see loads of rain at Haydock, I don't think. And is going to be fitter than he was last year, according to Dan Skelton, for this race. But you'll remember last year they did leave their season pretty much here at Haydock. This is going to be his target. It's a big pot for them to pick up. Travelled well last year. He does jump quite enthusiastically for a 3-miler. He's only 1 for 4 over 3 miles, and he's never won on his seasonal debut. That would just put me off slightly, taking 6-5 about him, especially with that enthusiastic jumping that he can have. I was all over him last year for this, like absolutely all over him. One of my biggest bets of the year last year on Grey Dawning in this race. I was there in a box, and he made a mistake at the final fence on the back straight, came into the home straight, and you're thinking he's going to absolutely piss up here. And I actually don't know how much Harry Skelton was holding on to coming into the straight, because he could not pick up, and he got in tight again to 1, and he was just absolutely legless crossing the line. So 6-5 for me is a little bit off-putting. Haiti Couleur is going to stay all day, isn't he? He stays 3.5 miles, Irish national winner. But has he got the speed for the tight turns of Haydock? Royal Pagaille, the winner of this race for the last 2 years, 6-1. Very interesting. This is going to be his Gold Cup again, isn't it? But had a disappointing end to the year last year. It's gone well fresh. Just think there might be something else in here that could beat the 11-year-old. The two outsiders actually make more sense to me than the Haiti Couleur and Royal Pagaille. Handstands for Ben Paulin. Was disappointing at Carlisle being beaten by Resplendent Grey, but he looked really rusty that day, and he came on a ton for the run last year when he fell at Wincanton. He was all over the place in that race, scrappy old jumping and all sorts. Completely different proposition next time out in December when beating Resplendent Grey to win the Grade 2 Isha Novice Chase. Stellar Story is another interesting runner here as well, because on his going day, which has often come when fresh, he's got a very good record fresh. He is a very, very useful horse indeed. He won't mind the rain. He'll stay all day. He'll go very, very well in this, I suspect, if his jumping holds up. Had a lot of experience last year as a novice over fences. Didn't really progress too much. And is he going to run to sort of 160 plus? I don't know, to win this. Grey Dawning has a rating of 166. Now, a lot of people are going to look at these ratings with the rest behind in the 150s and say, wow, he's £10 clear. But is he a 166 horse on soft ground on his seasonal debut? over 3 miles. The evidence wouldn't suggest so. Still, he's a very, very respected horse in this. Of course he is. And he might just piss up. But I would be interested in looking in the without market and playing one of the 2 outsiders and having a look that way. I think he's going to be very popular, Grey Dawning, on the day. And 6 to 5 is short enough for me. Where's the value in the price? I personally can't see it. I hope you have a wonderful Saturday, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It does really help me out. And if you're interested in my final thoughts on Saturday, head to the Patreon page, www.patreon.com/Daryl Carter Racing. I'll be back tomorrow morning on Saturday morning with the Market Movers Show as we look to see how the markets are reacting to the big races of the day. Take care, everybody, and until next time, be lucky.
Head to the Patreon page for this week's tips and exclusive member-only insight.